My son Tristan was born 5 years ago, and he was diagnosed at 7 days old with a rare form of adrenal insufficiency called congenital adrenal hyperplasia. So his body doesn't produce any cortisol, and he also salt wastes, which those are 2 out of 4 things that your body has to have to survive. And he's missing 2 of those things. Tristan was born 13 days early on Friday the 13th at Columbia Memorial Hospital. We brought him home, and not everything was great. He had jaundice, so we brought the light bed home, and even in that light bed, his temperature wasn't as high as it said it should be. He kept vomiting, he kept losing weight. I was constantly on the phone with Dr. Ram, who said bring him into the ER. I brought him in, and he actually admitted us. Even then, he thought that that there was something wrong too. At 7 days old, Dr. Ram called me and said, I need you to come in. We got some test results back, and I need you to come in because I need to see him right away. I brought him in, and Dr. Ram said, okay, let's go. I'm gonna run a blood test. He didn't want to wait. He brought him back and took the blood test, and I was just sitting down and explaining to my husband what was going on when Dr. Ram came into the waiting room, shaking his head with big tears in his eyes, and said, okay, he's going to Portland, but first we're going into the emergency room, and I'm putting in an IV and saving his life because your child is dying. I learned all of these things and learned how to pronounce these words that I'd never even heard before. And we came home, and I thought, okay, he takes medication all of his life. I got it figured out. And then I realized that it was way more than that. If he doesn't have that medication, he will die. He has to have it. And in cases of severe injury, severe stress on the body, severe illness, any of that, he has to have a bigger, stronger dose of that medication because his body, number one, doesn't produce the cortisol just to sustain life, much less sustain life in a traumatic event. So being sick, being injured, the times that you would call 911 and need medics to come in and save the day, they didn't even carry the medication on the truck. We were given a card from Dornbecker's, from the pediatric endocrinologist, stating everything that anyone who is treating him in an emergency situation would need to know. That there's no wait is appropriate in the ER. He is to be treated as a heart attack patient, which is kind of hard to explain to somebody when all it looks like is, here's this little boy who looks like he has the flu. Tristan was very, very sick his first week of life. Dr. Ram made sure that we came in every single day. He was weighed. He kept vomiting. He was lethargic. He just wasn't a thriving baby. And Dr. Ram saw that. Tristan would have died if Dr. Ram wouldn't have taken the steps necessary to give further diagnosis and then call Dornbecker's. Their ambulance company came down and picked us up and rushed us up there.